Hello and welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is Oakley Hidef, and I'm here to bring you yet another community Forge map. And this one was made by Pheonixcantas, and it's a whole series of area vehicles that he created. So let me just say before I get started, guys, you guys are getting fucking sexy good at forging. Like, oh my god. When we started this, the submissions, to be honest, to be quite frank, weren't that great. But I mean, now it seems like you guys have really learned how to forge. The stuff we're seeing out of the community is just amazing. So this is very, very encouraging for me, just to see you guys build all these amazing creations. And that's really what's fueling our growth. It's what's allowed us to, produce a video a day now, pump out tips and tricks, every other day. The reason we're able to do that is just because you guys as a community have stepped up so much. So go ahead and give your guys, collectively, give you guys a pat on the back. Maybe if you're alone watching the computer right now, go ahead and find a random stranger and give them a pat on the back. Who knows? They could be a contributor. But yeah, back to the video. This was made by Pheonixcantas. He did a great job, and this is really emblematic of where the community is heading. So I'm super pumped to see what you guys have done. I'm excited now every time I open up a new submission. So this is great. Also, if you're wondering on how to submit maps, right now we're trying to build our presence on Facebook, so if you guys wouldn't mind supporting us there and posting comments, joining us there, liking us there, and sending us a message via Facebook, you can find us there as THFE. Send us a message there with your submission, and that way we'll get a lot more people concentrated in one area, and that way actually other people might be able to see the links and stuff like that. So we're trying to focus a bit more on Facebook, bring the community into that. But back to the map. So he's made a series of flying vehicles, and I think they're all, as I said before, really awesome. So what he's done, I'll start with this one, is essentially, let's see, the way we're going to take this apart is basically we're going to blow it out via the different levels. So I'm going to pop the roof off, and that might make things a bit clearer. So all of his vehicles here, they kind of cover a variety of themes in terms of what race would have produced them, what race would have used them, but they're all really cool and I really enjoy them. So this one here was maybe a little more UNSC, and it's kind of like our air vehicles thing with the struts on the side, as thrusters. But basically, okay, what he did was he put blocks here to make the floor, and that's usually what you want to do if you're going to make a transport vehicle like this, is just go ahead and throw it on a floor so you have something to work off of. And then what you're going to do is build the sides up and the roof. So what he's done for the roof is first he put these braced larges just like this to make the roof, to make a curved effect, to make the whole sort of the body of this ship. And to cover up the gaps, what he did is he put brace tunnels, kind of raised it up just like this. And what's really neat about this is he's made it so the side of the brace tunnel here covers up the gap. So that was a really clever use of that. And it also does a great job of, changing up what would be the front of the ship to look a lot more interesting, which I think is really neat. Looks really great. So as we raise this up, what you can see is it also starts making a wall here. So what he did after that, what you should do is I would recommend at least, is using these bridge pieces, bridge mediums, bridge larges, because they are thin enough and they look cool from the outside and the inside. So what you would do is you would go ahead and place this here right in between the brace tunnel, so it fits perfectly. So you have a wall and then you have the brace tunnel giving you a cool texture from the outside. So that's what he did on either side. And then over in the back, to be where all the propulsion's at, he's put a platform extra large, obviously one here and another one on the bottom. Why not? Just for good measure. And then over on the top, what he's done here is he's put a platform large. I'm going to go ahead and delete these just so you can see what's going on. Platform large there. Landing pad up here just to finish off the roof. And then, again, a brace tunnel in the back to have the cool effect. And then what he's done is he's finished off the back with, again, brace tunnels here. Kind of to mirror what he had in the front where it was hugging the sides. Those two that I just deleted were hugging the other way. So coming from here, going left. And then, he used the bridge mediums and bridge larges. So go ahead and knock these out for now. Now, looking at the back, what he did is he obviously had the platform extra larges here, but those look ugly in and of themselves. So what he did is he put a platform Y large on either side, and then what he did is he put a variety of pieces here, struts for the most part, sticking out, and these are really cool. I feel like these are really sick for thrusters just because of this looks like it would hold, wiring or maybe fuel. Over here it's a part sticking out, and then what you can do is have at the back, you can have teleporters. And so what he's done very smartly is he's put an active teleporter here, a sender node, and receiver nodes at the base of each of these. So instead of using an expensive grav lift, he's used a slightly less expensive teleporter, which still looks like a thruster. So that's really cool. And the doors are just these cover pieces here sticking up and down. So that's really cool. And I really like what he did with this design. It looks awesome. Moving on, this was actually really neat. It's obviously supposed to be kind of a miniature spirit, and I really like the miniature take on it. I thought it was really cool, and it still serves its role. The versions we make are slightly bigger, but this still can field, infantry. You can still spawn and drop out of here. So basically what he's done is 5x1 here. Then he has more 5x1s top and bottom to be, the casings of where the troops would be hidden. And then what he's done is railings on either side to finish off the juncture. And then in the front, so you can't see inside the pod, he's put these bank pieces here. And over here he's got a block 1x4 coming across and a strut, which always makes for a good cockpit. Now another really cool thing that he's done, which is pretty sick, is if you put 2 grav lifts, 2 man cannons, and you kind of balance them out, what they can do is suspend vehicles in the air. So what you'll see is if I try and get inside of this, it will suspend it. So you can actually do a lot of cool stuff with this. And maybe if this were invasion, what would happen is those would gate out after a while, effectively dropping this vehicle into play. So that's a cool type of technique. And I really like this miniature spirit. Now over here you can see one more. And as I said before, over there he used the teleporters for the thrusters. Over here he uses grav lifts. Now those are a bit more sort of eye-catching, they look a bit more powerful. So this whole thing seems like it would be a heavier structure overall. So again, he's made the basic floor, this time using landing pads. Brace tunnels are very useful actually for establishing the limits of your central body, essentially, because they come across and they do a good job. They do a good job of facing off the end and then extending here. And then in between, what you do is put a brace large on either side. Again, he's done the same technique where he has them at inclines, one coming across horizontally and then parts on the side to join them up. And then what he's done is actually, we'll take a look at the back now, is a bunch of blocks here, and on top what he has is a platform extra large, now facing out this way with some just platform extra large facing out this way. And then he's gone and put brace tunnels here to look kind of cool, change up the geometry. And what's really, really neat about his ships is that they actually have an interior, so they're not just for looks, they could be used for troop deployment. So as we move in here, he's left it empty on the inside, and this is where it gets really cool. So you could have elites or an attacking team spawn in here, and it's hollow. So team would spawn in here, and then what he's done is using these gaps and different shield doors, you can actually drop out of the ship from the front, back, and side. So I think that's really cool, really neat way to make an aesthetic piece, actually functional. So this is really great job, and there's a lot of detail to these ships. I think this is really well done, and he's pulled it off very, very effectively. So again, guys, I'm just going to keep featuring everything you throw at me, because as I've said, they just keep getting better and better and better. So I think you guys are really, really improving. So all I can ask is, just you guys like these videos. Like the video right now. Like it again. Like every single comment. Go back and like all the community videos, because the more likes we see on community content, the more support that we'll get, and actually, more importantly, the more support that the person we're featuring right now will get. So as I said before, this is Pheonixcantas, so go ahead and like this video. That way he knows that you guys appreciate his work and that it's awesome. And the more likes we see, the more we'll be willing, to feature maps like this. So, and if you see him in the comments, go ahead and guys, congratulate him. This is a really cool map. And also, as I said before, go ahead and head over to Facebook and post, maybe your own maps that you'd like to see featured, or go ahead and, support other forgers. That's what we're here for. We're here to unite the community behind forging. So thanks, guys. This has been Oakley Hidef with the Halo Forge Epidemic, and I'm signing out. Thank you.